In sectional number 42 at Hagerstown, game number 1 on Tuesday night, Cambridge City, Lincoln plays Shenandoah, followed by Union County taking on Northeastern. Game number 1 on Wednesday night features Hagerstown and Knightstown, followed by Centerville and Eastern Hancock. Sectional number 43 at Triton Central. Tuesday night matchup between Indianapolis-Scecina and Park Tudor. On Wednesday night, Heritage Christian plays Indian Creek in game number 1. Indianapolis-George Washington High School plays Triton Central in game number 2. Indianapolis Cardinal Ritter will play Friday night. They'll take on the winner of the Scecina-Park Tudor matchup. In sectional number 44 at Southwestern of Hanover, Tuesday night, number 10, Lawrenceburg takes on Switzerland County. They beat Switzerland County 66-55 on February the 7th. On Wednesday, game number 1, North Decatur takes on number 5, Hauser. Hauser beat North Decatur twice this year. The second game on Wednesday night, Southwestern of Hanover taking on Milan. South Ripley will play the first game of the semifinals on Friday night, taking on the Lawrenceburg Switzerland County winner. Sectional 45 at North Knox. Tuesday night, Eastern Green takes on South Knox. The winner of that game will play Bloomfield in the second semifinal matchup on Friday night. Linton Stockton plays North Knox semifinal game number 1 on Friday at sectional 45. Sectional 46 at South Putnam. Game number 1 on Tuesday. Covenant Christian takes on Monrovia, followed by Cloverdale and Speedway. Game number 1 on Wednesday night features South Putnam and Tri-West Hendricks, followed by Cascade and North Putnam. Sectional 47 at Brownstown Central. Tuesday night, Brownstown Central takes on Providence. Game number 1 on Wednesday night features Austin and number 12 Paoli. Paoli beat Austin 64-48 on December the 14th. The second game on Wednesday night, sectional 47, features West Washington and Clarksville. Eastern Pekin will play game 1 of the semifinals Friday night. They take on the Brownstown Central Providence winner. And in sectional number 48 at Forest Park plays Perry Central in game number 1 on Tuesday, followed by Evansville Mater Dei and North Posey. Those winners will match up in game 1 on Friday night, followed by Tell City and South Spencer. Pat McKee, sectional number 41, 5 teams with a winning record. Kind of hard to handicap that one.
Well, that's a good group of schools, a traditional area that's been, producing good teams year after year after year. LaPel was a 1A champ a couple of years ago. Winchester was in the finals a couple of years ago. Looking at that group, you've got a bunch of teams, and it'll be a fun tournament to watch. I'm sure good crowds and everything about it will be a great atmosphere.
No question about it. Sectional 42 at Hagerstown. This is one we've talked about in terms of the scenario. The two teams with the best records play one another. The second game on Wednesday night, Centerville and Eastern Hancock.
Well, Eastern Hancock's had a terrific year. Caleb Kennedy and Jensen Maraska have been top players for them. Centerville has had a good year as well. Drew Schuse has done a nice job for them.
Triton Central, sectional 43, the host, have the best record coming into this one, and then they have a number of teams that are bunched together right around the 500 mark at Southwestern of Hanover. Another one of these tournaments, sectional situations, Pat, where a couple of ranked teams, but 2 other teams with good records, Switzerland County and North Decatur. So, you have some pretty good matchups with Lawrenceburg taking on a good Switzerland County team, Hauser playing a good North Decatur team.
Yeah, the way that's set up, you've got a bunch of teams kind of bunched together there. Hauser, I think, is probably the favored team there, maybe a clear favorite, but Lawrenceburg's a team not to be overlooked.
Sectional number 45 at North Knox, South Knox, and Bloomfield. On paper, the two teams with the best records coming in, and they're bracketed at opposite ends of the bracket.
Well, I think Levi Holscher and Jeremy Lucas give South Knox a bit of a heads up there.
In sectional 46, this is an 8-team matchup. Monrovia Covenant Christian with the 2 best records, and they, again, one of those scenarios, play one another. Game number 1 on Tuesday night.
And when I look at that, I look at Tri-West maybe as the team in a good spot there. They're probably the third best team in the group, and yet they're in a part of the bracket where they can advance without having a lot of push there.
I like sectional 47. It's another one of those situations, 4 teams with winning records. Paoli ranked number 12 taking on Austin, but you look at Eastern Peak, and they've won as many games as Paoli has. They have the bye on Friday night, so it's kind of set up to be pretty interesting in sectional 47.
That does look to be a good final. Paoli's favored, but Eastern Pekin has some advantages, and we'll look to see how that turns out.
And I think you can even say the same thing about sectional 48. Forest Park, Tell City, Mater Dei, Perry Central all have winning records, and Tell City is sitting there on Friday night having to play South Spencer, and again, it's one of those pretty evenly matched sectionals.
Well, I think Andy Chin and Joseph Konert will try to do what they can for Tell City. Mater Dei's had some long-term success, and what can you say about Forest Park the last few years, and they've got another hope in the lineup.
Absolutely. Coming up, we'll go to 3A North. We're halfway through the pairings for the 2008 IHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament Pairing Show, and you're listening to the Indiana High School Boys Basketball Tournament Pairing Show on the IHSAA Methodist Sports Medicine Championship Radio Network, brought to you in part by Methodist Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the IHSAA. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell, joined by Pat McKee. We are halfway through the pairings for the 2007-2008 IHSAA Boys Basketball Championship 98th Annual State Tournament Series. Pat was just graduating from high school when they got this started.
Hey, we're going to get
my one attempt at feeble humor tonight. This is a very serious night, trying to bring just a tiny bit of levity to it.
Well, and I was going to ignore it and just make note of the fact we're very close to the Centennial Celebration Tournament, which will be just a couple years away. That'll be a lot of fun.
That'll be a lot of fun. I'd also point out that of the two of us sitting at the table, I have the white hair. Sectional number 17 at Gary Roosevelt. We begin the 3A North pairings. Game number 1 on Tuesday night, Hammond and Gary Wirtz, followed by Gary Roosevelt taking on Gary Wallace. Those winners will play game 1 on Friday night, followed by Hammond Gavitt and Hammond Clark. Sectional number 18 at Kankakee Valley. Tuesday night features Knox and Calumet in game number 1, followed by Andrean and Kankakee Valley. Those winners play Friday in game 1, followed by Rensselaer Central and Griffith. In sectional number 19 at Plymouth, Glenn taking on Culver Community on Tuesday night. Wednesday evening, game number 1, number 14, Rochester plays Mishawaka Marion. And the second game of the evening, number 9, South Bend St. Joseph's plays the 2007 champion, number 7 ranked Plymouth. The New Prairie matchup on Friday night, they'll play game 1 against the winner of the Glenn Culver Community game on Tuesday night. Sectional 20. Northwestern, number 5, 2007 2A champion, takes on Benton Central. In game number 2 on Tuesday night at sectional number 20, Frankfort plays West Lafayette. The second game of the semifinals on Friday night at Frankfort features Western and Twin Lakes. Sectional number 21 at Wawasee. This game on Tuesday night, Northwood takes on the host Wawasee. Game 1 on Wednesday, Lakeland takes on Whitco, followed by Columbia City and West Noble. Number 13, Tippecanoe Valley, will play the winner of the Northwood Wawasee game. That matchup would be game number 1 of the semifinals on Friday night. At sectional number 22, this one at Peru. Peru will play Belmont in game 1 on Tuesday, followed by Fort Wayne and Maconaquah. Game number 2 on Friday night in the semifinals features Norwell and Fort Wayne Elmhurst. At sectional number 23, Harding is the host. On Tuesday night, number 11, Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger takes on New Haven. Game 1 on Wednesday is Heritage versus Leo, followed by Angola and Fort Wayne Concordia Lutheran. Harding, as we mentioned, they're ranked number 6, will take on the Dwenger New Haven winner. That will be the first ball game on Friday night. Harding lost to Dwenger 60-56 on February the 2nd. They beat New Haven 71-53 on December the 20th. And in sectional number 24, Muncie Southside the host. Muncie Southside takes on Blackford in game 1 on Tuesday night, followed by Yorktown and Eastbrook. Those winners will play game 1 on Friday night in the semifinals, followed by Mississinewa and Delta.